Hello student, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the Rutherford model or Rutherford model of atom. Last class we discussed on the alpha particle experiment, and after that Rutherford conclusion from the alpha particle experiment, and we discussed about the distance of closest approach, and next we discussed the impact parameter of alpha particle, which are uh, form an angle between the nucleus or center of the nucleus to the direction of given electron or alpha particle. Okay, now the basis of the Rutherford experiment is that the electrons are not stationary in the atom, but they are revolving around the nucleus in the different orbits. Due to the revolving around the different orbits, its velocity is accelerated or its motion is accelerated, and whenever the charge particle is accelerating, it radiates the electromagnetic waves. So if it revolving around the nucleus, then it radiates the electrostatic energy, and the electron is revolved due to the centripetal force which is developed or which is uh, overcomes due to the electrostatic force. So the electron is revolved around it, and it continuously radiates the energy. Okay, now we are starting Rutherford model from the same point. He think that he thought that the electron, when revolving around the nucleus of an atom, then the centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic force, which is the basis of the Rutherford model. Okay, now we start from the same point. According to the according to Rutherford, whenever electron is revolving around the nucleus, around the nucleus of an atom, the centripetal force, the centripetal force revolving electron in circular path is provided by electrostatic force, electrostatics force between electron and nucleus. Therefore, centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. So we have centripetal force mv square upon r and electrostatic force, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught we say charge on electron is E and the total positive charge is positive E, so it is E square upon R square. R square is radius of the orbit of electron in which it will be revolved. Therefore, we can calculate the result for R and V. So, we find from here, first condition, this R cancel the square of this, so we calculate first V square. V square we find from here, that is E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught Rm. This m is transferred to the denominator. So we calculate finally the velocity of electron revolving around the nucleus is E upon under root 4 pi epsilon naught mr. It is clear? Now we transfer radius of this R transferred to here and V is in the denominator. So we get from this formula R is equal to, this is let equation first, therefore R is equal to, this is say equation second, and now from this R is equal to E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught mv square. This is the radius of electron around the nucleus when it is moving. Okay, now this is your equation. 1 minute. ये दोनों ही इक्वेशन सेकंड का पार्ट होंगे. नेक्स्ट, when the electron is moving around the nucleus of an atom, then it will radiate energy. Now we calculate the value of energy for this. So because electron is in motion, so we first use the kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is we have half mv square, and we have the value of v square is from here we calculate is kinetic energy is equal to half m, and v square we have this E square अपॉन, यहीं से ले लेते हैं 4 पाई epsilon naught mr. Okay, now this multiply here, so we get the value of kinetic energy for the electron revolving around is m से m cancel हो जाएगा, and we get the E square upon 8 pi epsilon naught r. This is the kinetic energy of electron revolving around the nucleus. Now we have calculate to potential energy. Potential energy is U is equal to the system potential energy we calculate as the E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught r from the electrostatic potential energy, and because it is bounded with the nucleus and it will not it is provided by this, so electron is moving around it but the nucleus is always attracted it, so it is negative. This is the potential energy of nucleus. Now the total energy, total, this we say equation third. Now potential, total energy of electron, energy of electron. So this energy will become E is equal to Ke plus Pe. On putting the values, we get E square upon 8 pi epsilon naught r and minus E square upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. Okay, on solving this by taking LCM, we get the energy of electron revolving around nucleus is equal to minus E square upon 8 pi epsilon naught r. This is the total energy of electron revolving around the nucleus. Now we have two formulas here. One is by this condition, or we say from equation second, and this is we have equation 4. Now we understood some statements which is concluded by the Rutherford also, and from these 2 points we can say that the Rutherford experiment, drawback or limitation of Rutherford's experiment or Rutherford's model. First drawback of Rutherford model is the Rutherford model is not able to define or explain the stability of atom, because if the electron is moving around the nucleus, so it revolve or release energy, continuously radiate energy. If it continuously radiates energy, so its energy will increased, और वो increase होगी as per radius, decreased as per radius. Radius जैसे जैसे बढ़ता जाएगा, this will be decreased. Okay, नेगेटिवली फॉर्म, तो वो क्या होगी, इंक्रीज होती चली जाएगी रेडियस के अकॉर्डिंग. सो आई राइट हियर व्हेन R increases, energy also increase, so at R is equal to infinity, energy will become 0. जैसे ही R इंफिनिटी में पहुंचेगा एनर्जी 0 हो जाएगी. ओके, तो इस केस में क्या होगा कि इलेक्ट्रॉन के पास एनर्जी 0 हो जाएगी और इलेक्ट्रॉन आफ्टर दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन इज फ्री. इलेक्ट्रॉन, या हम कह सकते हैं इसे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन, जिसके पास एनर्जी इक्वल टू 0 हो जाएगी, वो न्यूक्लियस से फ्री हो जाएगा और टोटल न्यूक्लियस पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. क्लियर. और दूसरे केस में क्या है कि सपोज कि ये आपका न्यूक्लियस है एज एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय रदरफोर्ड. The electron is revolving around it. As is revolve, a time is comes that the energy radiates by the electron and then इट विल बी कोलैप्स इन द न्यूक्लियस। अगर वो न्यूक्लियस में गिर जाएगा तो उसकी स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है। पहली तो कंडीशन ये थी। सेकंड, द रदरफोर्ड मॉडल इज नॉट एबल टू एक्सप्लेन द स्पेक्ट्रल energy lines or spectral energy series as discussed or explained by Rutherford. Whenever the electron is revolving around the nucleus, it continues radiates the energy, but Rutherford model is not able to explain the energy spectral lines. So these two are the drawback of Rutherford model on the basis of this last formula, and this gives by if R increases or R decreases, we say so the energy will maximum and the electron will free, और जैसी एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्री होगा टोटल मॉडल क्या हो जाएगा, अनस्टेबल हो जाएगा. सो it cannot explain the stability of atom. Second, the Rutherford model cannot able to explain the spectral energy levels or spectral series of energy radiated by the electron revolving around nucleus. Copy this first, then we are going to understand the Bohr's model. Okay student, these are some drawback of Rutherford model which cannot be explained by the Rutherford according to the basis of its model. This model could not explain the stability of atom according to the electrodynamic. Accelerated charge particle radiate energy, hence electromagnetic waves should be continuously radiated by revolving electron. So electron loses energy continuously, so its energy decreases continuously and ultimately electron falls into the nucleus. Therefore atom cannot remain stable. So this is the first drawback of the Rutherford model, that it cannot explain or it unable to explain the stability of atom. Second, regarding the line spectra, that is as discussed that the revolving electron around the nucleus radiates energy in the form of electromagnetic waves, and in the electromagnetic wave we learn that the electromagnetic wave have a continuous spectrum. So this model is not explain the spectral or spectrum of the waves will be continuous in nature, but they have also many sharp line. It is observed that they have also many sharp line corresponding to a particular wave frequency. Therefore, the explanation of these line spectrum is not explained by the Rutherford. Copy this. Now we discussed on the Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's also explained the Rutherford model, but Bohr's modified some conditions in the Rutherford model, and due to some postulate. Those postulates are known as Bohr's postulate of atomic model. Now first we discussed on the Bohr's postulate of atomic model, then we derived some formula for this. Okay student, these are the Bohr's postulate of atomic model, in which first postulate is an electron in an atom could revolve in a certain stable orbit without emission of radiate energy. This is the postulate which is related to the stationary state of atom, which means stability of atom. In this postulate, he explained that, okay, so it can only revolve in some orbits, and because it is revolve in a stationary orbit, so in that particular stationary orbit it cannot release any energy, or it cannot radiate energy. This is first. Second, electron revolving around nucleus only in those orbit for which the angular momentum is some integral multiple of h upon 2 pi, where h is Planck constant and the angular momentum revolving around the nucleus of an electron is given by L is equal to nh upon 2 pi. Initially, this is taken from the alpha particle experiment and de Broglie theory. De Broglie theory is that whenever the electromagnetic wave is moving, the matter wave is also linked with that revolving or accelerated charge particle. These matter waves are after explained by the Maxwell, and then the same postulate taken by this, but Bohr think that the electron, if accelerated in the circular path, so the matter wave also linked with it. This will be the condition as per de Broglie theory, the which is we have to learn in the Leonard experiment before the explanation of Rutherford model, but now it is not in your syllabus. So as per de Broglie theory, whenever the accelerated charge is moving, a line matter wave is moving with the electron, which form a cloud around the electron. But in the Bohr's theory, Bohr assumed that the electron is moving around the nucleus. But here, because as de Broglie theory, the matter wave is always moving in a straight line, but Bohr explained the electron is revolving around the sun, which means around the nucleus in a circular path. So Bohr postulate here, whenever the electron is revolving around the nucleus, the matter wave and the position of the matter wave and the position of electron in the atom is uncertainty, which means it is uncertain कि वो particular point पे किस place पे है. So Bohr uses in his second postulate the uncertainty principle of Heisenberg. According to the uncertainty principle, the total energy of accelerated charge is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. Okay, it is clear. So on the basis of the uncertainty principle, he explained the angular momentum of the electron revolving around the atom or nucleus is given by this. This is the second postulate. And third one is, an electron may make a transition from on of its specified non-radiating orbit. Suppose कि इलेक्ट्रॉन इस किसी टाइम पे फर्स्ट ऑर्बिट में है और उसके पास इनिशियल एनर्जी EI है. क्लियर? तो ये अपनी इस ऑर्बिट से दूसरी ऑर्बिट में जंप कर सकता है, दैट इज लास्ट ऑर्बिट, जिसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन यहां है और अब इसके पास एनर्जी EF है. बिकॉज इस पॉइंट से इस पॉइंट तक वो जाएगा तो बीच में थोड़ी सी एनर्जी को रेडिएट करेगा. तो अब जो ये एनर्जी का डिफरेंस होगा, इट इज गिवन बाय इनिशियल एनर्जी, डिफरेंस ऑफ इनिशियल एनर्जी टू द फाइनल एनर्जी, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू h न्यू. h is Planck constant and nu is the frequency of the transition electron. Okay, so these are the three postulates of Bohr theory. Copy this all. In the next lecture we discussed on the Rutherford model and its explanation of spectral line. Thank you.